Hey guys, so welcome. So here's gonna be the setup that I'm running for my Baku race. It's usable for race conditions. Obviously, it's not gonna be the best if you're gonna hot lap with it, but let's just have a look with this setup. Pre-off, Baku is not my best track, but let's have a look at the setup. So it's mainly catered for the race, where you definitely want to be prioritizing straight line speed over anything else in this game, especially in Baku, right? So 6-8 wings to start off. Most of the time trial you see things like 7-9, which is good in time trial. It gives you the time that you need since it's always on hot lap. But in the race conditions, 6-8 it's pretty much like the best thing you can do. It's recharging your ears super fast, and it's also a bullet in a straight line. If you're adventurous, you can go for something like 5-7, 5-8, depending on how you feel with the car, right? So 6-8 is where I'm starting off. Transmission, as simple as it gets. So 100 on the on throttle, that gives you the best traction out of corners as well, especially here where there's a lot of slow speed sections, right? But if your rear tires are wearing out, or if you feel like the car is just not rotating enough under braking or turning right, you can reduce the on throttle midway through the race. So something like 90 or 80 is what I recommend. You can go lower if you feel like it, but you may get like unnecessary wheel spin while accelerating. So 100 for qualifying is the best. 55 off throttle just keeps it nice on the rear. The rear doesn't over rotate or under rotate, so you just have to be wary in the race. Use high gears when you're entering the corners and short shift early to preserve the rear tires here. Suspension geometry, the standard right, left, left, left. No arguing about this. This is the best setting. You can, in different kind of setups, run it right, right, left, left, and to counter that, you can go with something like this. You can use inverted wings, but I'm not really a fan of inverted wings in this track, especially where the rear tires do wear out even more. So having the rear arrow really helps to preserve the tires in the race. Suspension, this is completely up to you. 1.4, 1.4, 2.7 gives me the best feeling of the car. The fronts, obviously you want to put it at 1 so that the fronts are pointy. Rear, the higher you go, the looser it's going to get, so it's going to rotate even more, but it's easier to lose the car as well. If you feel like the car is just oversteer and the braking, try using higher gears first. For example, turn 1, right, you may want to take it in 4th gear, but if you're taking it in 3rd gear and the car still doesn't feel nice, even in 4th gear doesn't feel nice, you can drop down the rear roll bar. Or probably the thing that you want to drop in this track is the rear suspension, so you get you get better traction with softer suspensions, but rotation is compromised a little bit, but doesn't matter, right? 2.7 on the right height is pretty good. A bit of clearance on some curbs. 2 is just nice. I like to avoid the curbs at turn 15, the Charles Leclerc, the new stupid moment. Yeah, so I prefer to go with 2. Brakes 150 for qualifying, but at some corners, example turn 1 and the last corner, the last real corner we have to brake, right, I like to use 51, just because I feel the car starts to wiggle a bit under braking in those parts. So 51 really helps in the race. As your rears start to wear out, you can definitely push the brake bias forward, or if your rear tires are too hot, you can definitely push the brake bias forward as well. That will preserve the rear temperatures and rear tire wear. It's gonna wear out the fronts a bit more, but it keeps the car stable as you need in the race. So brake bias as well, you can adjust midway through the race. That's good. Tire pressures, rears, I keep it at maximum, just so it gives me the best feeling and handling through high speed sections. And also on straight line, if you have high tire pressures, it's gonna make your car slightly faster, not too much, just a little bit, but it really helps. Front tire pressures though is pretty important here. You don't want it too high. Probably for qualifying you can really push this up. That gives you just the responsiveness that you need in the race and in the qualifying. But in the race where you're gonna be running significantly slower, you can pretty much drop it down to whatever you like, probably 3 clicks at least, I'd say. That gives you good amount of grip on the front end in slow speed sections. which there are plenty in Baku, especially in Sector 2. So that's pretty much about it, the setup in Baku. Have a look again. 6.8 on the wings, 155 on the differential, right, left, left, left. No question about this on the suspension geometry. Suspension, again, you can tweak your liking. 141427 is what I like. 150, you can use 51, 52 throughout the race. Tire pressures, 22.6 is what I prefer on the fronts in the race. And maximum rear tire pressures, that's just the best way to go about it. That's about it. Let's save our setup and see what we can do in our upcoming race. So take care everyone, stay safe, and make sure you hit the like, subscribe as well if you're watching this for the first time, and check out the other playlists. Check out the other videos, other setups in the playlist as well, and leave a comment if you did improve on your lap time, or if the setup helped you in some way or another. If it did not, feel free to bash me as well. We live and learn every time. So take care everyone, stay safe, and goodbye.